we use indexing when we have to frequently use the data, frequently read the data. So for reading purposes we use indexing.
Okay. Let's see further. Have you worked with React or Next.js also?
React and Next.js.
Yes.
Uh, on Next.js, I have not used, but I know that basically Next.js is made on the top of React.js. So it is the framework of uh, React.js, we can say.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
Yeah.
you have not directly worked with it.
No, no. So far I have
But
not, but little bit I have used the React. Yeah.
okay, little bit that. So if we talk about the front end, the back end part, let's say we talk about Node Express and we talk about, let's say, React as a front end library. So what if you have to scale on the percentage, what would be more? You're more towards back end or you're more towards front end?
I am more towards backend right now. Yeah. If I get the opportunity of front end also, then I can work on React also, but so far I have more experience on Node.js side, less experience on React side. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, and have you worked with TypeScript?
Uh, yes, TypeScript I have used, not that much, a little bit. Basically, it is used for
Okay,
React. Yeah.
so if it is the basic question, if we need to have an understanding what is interface in TypeScript and difference between types and interface.
So your first question is what is
What is
interface?
interface in TypeScript and what would be the difference between types and interface?
What is the difference between types and interface?
Correct.
Okay, so basically, I know basically interface. Yeah, just 1 minute.
Sure.
Somebody's basically okay. Somebody is continuously uh, calling me,
Here it is.
so I just put my phone on airplane mode for some time. Yeah. So so basically, interface. In interface, we can declare the function abstract method. So basically, we don't define its body. Okay,
Okay.
and interface with interface, uh, we can have uh, we can implement multiple inheritance, which cannot be possible with class. So
No, I'm just reiterating the question. We are going towards a different interface and talking about within types. No? What is interface and what is the difference between types and interface?
uh, for that, I don't know the difference between types and interface.
Okay, so if you have worked with TypeScript, how do you define intent?
How do I define?
How do you define anything with type?
Sorry, I'm not able to understand the question. Can you
Let's
repeat?
say if you're working with TypeScript, you in React you either work with JSX or you work with TSX, which is TypeScript. Okay, so when you're using TypeScript, you are using let's say a form and you need to submit a form. So how do you define types for it?
Basically, in package uh, dot json we write type colon space module.
Yeah.
So basically, it helps us to process
Okay.
the TypeScript code. That
Okay.
okay.
No issues. That's okay.
Hmm.
So how do you manage sessions in Node.js?
How do I manage sessions? So how do I manage sessions in Node.js? With using Express framework, there is a function called express.session. We can use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the role of middleware
Uh,
and how do you implement it?
yeah, middleware is the basically works in between the request and response cycle. So we
Mm-hmm.
can manipulate the data in between request and response cycle. So body parser is one of the example of middleware because it takes the it takes the data from the front end and just convert it into a format of req.body in JSON format, so that it can be easily understand by the user.
Okay.
So yeah,
What is the role and how do you implement it?
basically I have to install body parser module, npm install body parser first. Then I have to import its library with the help
Mm-hmm.
of I can use require, or I can say use import functionality of import. Uh,
Okay, then what does app.use do? Let's say we have app.js, which is the initial thing. So what does app.use do?
so yeah, basically app.use is used. App.use is a function, is a method in between. Uh, it is used for writing middlewares. App.use.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So let's say we are working on a feature wherein we are taking in email and password, okay, and we have to create a login functionality, and we are using Node Express in the backend, and we are using React JS in the backend. How will you create that login functionality? What all steps will you take?
Uh, for login functionality, uh,
Yeah.
I have to use the JWT library.
Mhm. Let's
Basically,
start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. How will you create a login functionality? What all steps will you take?
I have to make the form
Hmm.
in
Okay.
React.js, which
Mhm.
which takes the user information like name, email, password, and
Mhm.
I have to uh, write the validations on front end also, like
Mhm.
basically
What will you
how
use? What will be used for validation here?
basically how much characters one user can write it, so that
Will
he
they use any package for validation?
uh,
Have you implemented any package for validation within React.js?
validation. No, no.
So the form which we are creating, is it a hook form or what is that form of?
It is the basically it has HTML elements like uh, input tag, text field. Uh,
Mhm. Okay. So
yeah.
how do you validate that form?
So I validate form with the with basically um, I have to make it
Have you heard about anything like Yep or maybe Zord?
yep or zor. No.
No. Okay.
Mhm.
So in your previous applications which you have built, how do you validate the forms? Like, there are multiple forms with which we work. How do you validate those forms?
Yeah. Um,
Okay. No issues. Have you worked with Redux or Redux Toolkit?
yeah, it is for global state management.
Okay. And let's say we are taking one particular example here. We are trying to pass the data from one component A to a component B, and the details are available within component B, which I need in component A to be working for. So how will you implement within here?
Within React.
So what does state management used for? What is state management? No. What does use state do?
Use state is a function. Uh,
Okay. How do you make an API call within careeradvice library? Like, let's
uh,
say we have created. How do you make an API call? Get API call.
we can use fetch function.
Okay. Have you used Axios?
Axios, yes, we can also use it also.
What is the difference between fetch and Axios? Why you prefer any one of these?
Mm,
Okay. So coming back to the Node.js, have you heard about CORS? Face any time with the CORS issue?
yeah, of course.
So, so how do you resolve the CORS issue and where did it come from?
So basically, when we don't define the domain name of the IP address, so basically then
Okay.
CORS error comes up.
How do you resolve it?
So we just have to use the whenever we use any external API, or so we have to use its proper API, like which has its domain name.
Mhm.
Then CORS error will not come.
Okay, let's say I have a server which is running in the front end with port 3000, and I
Hmm.
have a server in the back end which is running with port 8000. With port 8000, I'm using Node Express, and my APIs are being showcased or maybe publicly available, getting publicly available with port 8000. I want to consume those in port 3000, and I'm getting a false issue. How will I resolve it?
Um, there is a certain parameters we have to add on the header related
Mhm.
to CORS.
Okay,
Certain parameters we have to add in header.
okay,
Then the CORS error will not come. That's how.
okay. No, sure. Let's proceed further. So, what does promise all do?
Uh, basically, promise.all is basically wait. Promise.all basically takes the array of promises as an input, and
Mm-hmm.
it waits for all the promises, and
Okay,
as soon as all the promises just come up as an input, then it resolved it sequentially. Yeah.
okay, got it. What is the difference between put and patch? You can.
uh, Put is used for if I want to update the particular record of a table, and patch patch is basically if I want to update just only the one or two columns of the particular record, not entire record, then I will use patch.
Okay. Um, Akshay, how much experience do you have executing the code base within the front end and back end, or it is majorly towards the technical architect side?
Technical architect side is 3 years, and overall experience uh, in React and Node.js is 10 years.
Okay. So how does your team structure look like? Who all are there in your team when you talk about the project? And what all responsibilities do you holding?
Basically, under me there are 10 people. Some are freshers and some are experienced.
Okay.
And basically, I give them the task. So first, so basically we use Jira software, Jira application
Mm-hmm. Okay.
for the tracking of our project, software project. So basically the business analyst person make the stories of the user requirements, client requirements,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
I just give some of the stories to my team, and I keep some stories for myself, so that
Okay.
I just convert those stories into technical tasks and do my work. So that's how
Okay.
the stories are converted into technical task, and then we do it.
Okay. So how do you use the version controlling here?
We use GitHub here. GitHub.
How the process flows? Who creates the pull requests and who verifies the pull requests? How the
Yeah,
PR flow happens?
basically, I verify the project, and so basically all the team members send me the pull request,
Okay.
whatever. So basically, every team members just make their own branch
Okay.
from the master and do
Mm-hmm.
their work, and just send me the pull request, and I merge their code, and if
Mm-hmm.
there any error comes, so I give uh, I give them the basically
So how do you
uh,
review those pull requests?
I review.
On what parameters do you review that? How the code refactoring is done?
Is code refactoring is basically on the standard conventions, latest conventions of JavaScript.
Have you used ES linting there?
ESLinting,
ESLint?
yes, yes, ESLinting.
And how do you perform tests?
Uh, there are Mocha Chai library we use.
Which one you have used?
I have used Mocha Chai, yeah, these
Okay.
for writing test
And
cases.
what do you do for end-to-end testing?
End-to-end testing.
Yeah.
Uh, could you tell me what is end-to-end testing? I don't know.
Let's say if we are talking about we have to record the screens as well. So the automation principle, if we are trying to run the script, we would be able to see, okay, what was happening. So let's say let's take an example of login functionality here. Okay. So we given the tokens with email and password, it perform all the actions like a manual person would be doing it. But though it is happening using the script, that is how the end-to-end testing is done. It will use an email ID for the positive testing scenarios. It will use the password. If everything goes well, it is login. Otherwise, there would be negative scenarios, and all the specifications would be created and showcased as the report.
Uh, so there are some testers who does end-to-end testing. QAs. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I don't do it.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay. Fair enough. No issues.
yeah.
So majorly the setting of having the version control on Git lies with you, if I understand it correctly.
Yeah, what?
The management of having the version control on the top level lies with you, if I get it correctly.
Yes.
Okay. So let's say as you said, you have worked with freshers as well. So let's say they commit something wrong, and it's a dev branch wherein or the staging branch wherein you have to have Git the release for the staging. So you need to cherry pick the code. How will you do that?
Mm. So basically, your question is if there is something
Yeah.
wrong code pushed by the developers.
Let's say, yeah, there are two developers working. First developer name is A, second developer name is B, and the during your client discussion, you get to know, okay, the code base developed by developer A should go, but code base developed by developer B should not go in the staging release, let's say for that matter, right? But you have one branch wherein both the things have been merged automatically for the staging purposes. Now you need to cherry pick the code, and you only have to merge the code for developer A. How will you do it? No issues. Let me just move towards another one as a question. So within Git, uh, you will resolve Git conflicts. I understand that. What do we use Git stash for?
Um Basically, a Git stash is used for uh, whatever the suppose I have added some files like git add, and
Mhm.
I want to just make it unadd. Okay,
Okay.
so then I will use git stash. So with the help of git stash, it just go to my previous commit,
Okay.
my code. Yeah,
And how do you use the version then? The new version then?
new version.
Let's say we are with working on branch A, okay? And there is another branch you are working with feature, let's say feature A and feature B, right? And you are discussing that, okay, feature B we need to push. So you have your code with feature on the branch feature A as well. You have been working for 4 5 hours on that particular branch. So what will you do so that you immediately start working on branch B rather than branch
So basically, your question is, I am working on branch A,
A? Yeah.
and
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 you're working on branch A for some time, you're working on branch B for some time.
okay,
Now you have to switch from branch A to branch B, and
okay.
you have to move your code from branch A to branch B. How will you do that?
So
What will happen with the code base which you have written in branch A?
so basically, git checkout new branch name.
Okay.
If I use
Is it
this,
git checkout directly git checkout new branch name, or is there something missing there? Have you will you be putting up git checkout dash
I
B
have I
branch name?
no no basically, if I use git checkout dash b branch name, then it will make, I will switch to new branch. It will make
Mhm.
my new branch.
Correct.
Okay,
Okay.
and if I use git checkout the branch name which is already present, then I
Mhm.
move to the new branch. New not
Mhm.
so
Okay.
basically the existing branch. So
Okay.
so basically, if I have to push my code to other branch,
Hmm.
uh,
The code which you are working on currently with branch A.
yeah, yeah. So basically, first I have to merge it with the master branch. Okay,
Okay.
and when I merge it,
Have you heard about git stash apply?
git stash apply. No.
Okay. No issues. So basically, what you do is you're working on branch A, let's say, and giving the answer for the same.
Yeah.
You will, if you have to switch to branch B with the code base which you have been working on with branch A, you will type in git stash. It will save your files, the one which you are working with, locally for the moment. There would be git stash lists to see what all things are created there. Okay, what are stored locally within your Git, right? And you get check out branch B, and then you do git stash apply. So the changes which were locally saved for git stash for branch A will now be copied to branch
Okay.
B. Okay, fair enough. So
Okay.
I am Suakshay. I think thank you for your time.
Thank
Okay, goodbye.
you. Bye.